Hi guys and welcome to Horologique. Here is a review of maybe the most interesting watches that Pagani Design have done in quite a while. And this is the Pagani Design PD1690 and it's a homage to the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 124300, but those were 41mm watches. This is a 39.5, so these might actually wear a bit better than the Rolex. You might have seen the banner in there. This counts as sponsored content, as the Pagani Design AliExpress official store has sold me this watch for free. They haven't paid me anything. I do not take payments for review in any case, but they have asked me that I give my honest opinion about this watch and that I leave their link in the description below. So if you're interested after the review, they would be delighted if you go ahead and check that watch on their store. And as usual, if you do, a little bit of commission comes to this channel, which helps me maintain this channel alive, so thank you very much if you do. With pretty decent build quality, a Seiko NH35, an array of very nice and attractive flashy colors such as this sapphire crystal and a 39.5mm case, this might be one of the best deals Pagani Design has made so far, especially at around the $100 mark, which is at what it comes right now during the Black Friday special. Let's first start with dimensions. We've got a diameter of right under 40mm. We've got a height of just 11.2mm, so this is pretty impressive with a Seiko NH35. I don't actually know how they managed that. And we've got a lug-to-lug of 48.8mm. You've got a lug width of 20mm and the bracelet tapers from 20mm to 15.8, so right under 16, and right back at 18 at the clasp. So some pretty decent dimensions there that make it quite wearable on medium to large sized wrists. In fact, let's see how it wears on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. So that is a very nice wear on my wrist. Let's give it a roll, and you can see that that bracelet taper makes it that it wears very nice, and the height of the watch also helps with its wearability. Now let's talk about the most important part of this watch, about that flashy blue dial, and just know that you've got 5 colorways. You've got this blue that I believe it's the most beautiful. You've got a flashy yellow. You've got a black. You've got a silver. And you've got a blue. Let's focus on the one we've got in here. Look at that very beautiful color in there. It is a rich, I would almost say pastel blue. It is not sunburst, but it is pretty reflective. Let's go to the top of the dial, and at the top of the dial you've got the Pagani Design logo. Right underneath you've got the Pagani Design lettering. At the bottom of the dial you've got a PT time. I don't know what that is for, maybe some of you know. Automatic and 20 bar 200 meters. Yes, because this watch is a 200 meter water resistant watch. Let's go to the indices. The indices are all the way borrowed from the Oyster Perpetual, as are the hands and pretty much the rest. You know that most of the time Pagani Design doesn't get any points on originality. However, it does allow you to get something that resembles way more expensive timepieces on your wrist. The hands are pretty simple baton hands, so nothing special to say there, and they do hold a bit of lume. Nothing amazing. I will show you the lume right away so you can judge by yourself. As I told you, not the best lume in the world, especially that you don't have enough lume on those hands. So even though those indices are pretty legible, those hands are not, and that is a shame. Again and once again, Pagani Design are repeating the same pattern. For the next time, please do lume the hands in priority instead of luming the dial. The best would be to lume both, but the priority would be to lume the hands first. Alright, do we have sapphire here? Yes, we certainly do have sapphire. let's talk about that case. It has got some pretty fine brushing on the top of the lugs. So brushing is vertical and it's pretty well done for the price of this watch. You've got polished flanks. The polishing is pretty decent as well. You do not have a very defined transition. Let's go to the crown, and that crown is signed with the Pagani Design logo, and as I was telling you, it's a screw down crown which helps with the 200 meters of water resistance of this watch. So very positive point in there. Let's flip the watch. We've got the etching of a mountain range, and we've got the specifications of the watch around that central medallion. Very well done. Of course, we have got solid end links, solid 3-piece links, and we've got screws securing those links. The bracelet is brushed longitudinally. The brushing is very much of the same quality as it is on the lugs. And you've got a sign clasp, a Pagani Design sign clasp with a double deployment and all solid elements. Okay, here's another negative point of this watch. The tolerances of the bracelet are not the best, as you can see, especially on the clasp and on that first link. The good news is that they have not tried to give you any kind of cheap extension or badly made quick adjustment that will break in a few months. So what to think of this watch? The specs are pretty impressive, as is usually the case with Pagani Design, but this one adds a finishing that is good. It adds a construction that is good, and it adds a fun element with that very nice colorful dial. The Lume is also a bit better than we're used to, especially for a non-dive watch. And besides from the tolerances that are not great on the bracelet, this is a pretty well built watch. So would I recommend it? At under $100, of course I would. Given of course the fact that you are not totally against homages, which if you have gone this far in the video, I believe you are not. So thank you very much for having watched the video, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Goodbye.